All right, guys, I haven't done one of these in a while. This is why I love living out here in RVA. But what I wanted to do is they're tearing down, I'm actually going to be doing 13 miles along the James River. It just rained yesterday all day long, so there's going to be some good water action down there. But I always come by and check the progress of this construction site. They just started tearing this down about a week ago, and they're going to be putting 180 apartment townhomes over here. So they were going to originally sell them outright, but I think one of the private equity firms came along and they're going to end up renting them out. You know, so I just, since I was here last time, they've made a lot of progress, but I just want to show you this real quick before I start my ride. And then this side over here is all going to get torn down also as well. Here we go. All right, so here we go. We're continuing the ride, and we are headed, you can see off in the distance, that's the downtown Richmond area, so we'll pass through that. All right, here we go. We're cutting through Jackson Ward. This is a very historical district down here, recognized. Just cutting through. A lot of the area has been somewhat gentrified, but you guys get the point. Okay, here we go. We're in the downtown area, and we're gonna eventually cross over here to Churchill and then head down. All right, here's the last little look at the downtown area.
In 3/4 mile, turn right.
Cross the bridge and head over to Churchill. So, give you guys a little shot there. Very cool. All right, we're going across the long bridge. This crosses over a lot of the VCU campus and the freeway here. And it comes out on the other side. We used to ride this all the time. I really enjoy it. It's slightly downhill, so if you want to pedal, you can get a nice little bit of speed going through here. It is kind of like a little, almost like an Italian effect when you're riding on the freeways with the way the sound wall here is and the crash barriers on the right side. All right, so I'm stopped here for a second. I'm gonna get out in the street, but this is one of the housing projects out here in RVA. It's the Mosby. And so I'll tell you what, our housing projects out here are like level 1 on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the max. So let me go ahead and get going this way here. I've come down here all times of the day riding, and things are just chill. So, but that's the way it should be. Things are a little bit different out here in RVA. And there we are right there on the right. And here we roll. Let me wait for these guys to pass. We're in the historical neighborhood of Churchill. This was the first neighborhood of Richmond when it was established originally. And so this is where we used to live at. And one of my favorite spots used to be right here on the right, which is Sub Rosa. But it caught on fire and burned down. I think they're supposed to open it up later on this year. So here we go. And here we are again. So we lived right down here to the left.
In 1/4 mile, turn left.
At the Nolde. There we were right there. So, but this was one of my favorite things to do before, was to ride down this hill. That's why I've got this route going right now. Okay, here we go. I've got the drop post all the way down. So there's 2 downhills before I get down to the Capitol Trail. This is one here. I'll just go ahead and ride it and let it play out so you guys can see.
Turn left onto East Main Street.
This is why we ride. This is so cool. This is always a great way to start out the ride with an epic downhill. One of the things I really appreciated. All right, so this is the second downhill right here. And up on top of this hill, up there, is where the first settlers looked out and they saw the similarities to Richmond over in Europe. So that's why the city got named Richmond. So I'm gonna ride this out here. Like I said, this is one of the reasons why I enjoy. And the thing that's cool, I had to stop at the last light and slow down because it was red. But just imagine if you're able to hit, you know, both lights.
At the traffic circle, take the first exit onto Dock Street.
So this is always very, very cool. And I always love coming down here because they got the railroad also as well. So slowing up, and I'm keeping an eye on the traffic. Nothing behind me, nothing in front of me. So I'm gonna cross on over here to, let's see here. These guys slow down for me. Cool. Always say what's up, thank you. And there's the James River. So it looks a little high right now. And we're gonna go right along the Capitol Trail, which we're gonna hit right up here in a second. The Capitol Trail runs for 50 miles from Richmond all the way back down to the Norfolk area.
Turn left onto Pear Street, then turn right.
For a while. But is it Jamestown? Yeah, that's where the original settlement was. And so now we're on the Capitol Trail and we're going along the railroad tracks. These railroad tracks, they go out to the Appalachian Mountain area and they bring back coal and they take it out to the, I think it's the Norfolk port, and then they dump it out there. Then the coal is exported to other countries. But this is always a nice spot to ride through. And eventually we'll cross over and we'll end up being under the tracks. All right, here's the cross under. Right up above is the...
In a quarter mile, turn left.
Right up above is the dual tracks for the train. And then right to the left, if you can see it, let me come in and out a little bit. This is the canal that was dug, that joins the James River, and it was dug by my ancestors for sure. And this area here, they've been very smart about being preventative because this area is so close to the river. The water will fill this whole area up here. So they actually have a whole flood control with these super high walls, as you can see here. They'll close the doors if there's a threat of a flood, and it keeps the water contained because this area down here has had some significant flooding before in the past. So let's go ahead and ride on up here.
Turn left to stay on Canal Walk.
And they say this spot down here coming up is the only triple railroad crossing in the United States. It might be the world, I'm not sure. But it occurs right here at this point. So
turn left to stay on Canal Walk, then turn right.
All right, so here we go. We're going along the canal system that they dug originally. The whole idea was they were going to run this all the way out west, and they have a series of locks where they'd be able to have boats and goods move up and down the river. So just showing you guys here real quick. This is it's called Shockoe's Bottom, I think. It's
sharp right toward Virginia Street, then turn right.
So we're just working our way through here, and off in the distance there is a coal train, and it's stopped on the tracks. And wow, this used to be just a concrete slab, and they had a lot of the murals, but it looks like they've put tennis courts in here. Really cool, maybe pickleball courts. Very, very cool. Wow. And this whole thing here is new on the left also too. So they are constantly doing some stuff to improve and beautify and preserve a lot of the existing things down here in Richmond. And off to the right is where the canal lock system is. Okay, here we go. We are down here close to the James River. This is a business district down here. The building in front is being constructed, and the building right here, you can see the tall one to the right. It was kind of hard to see, but it looks very similar to the World Trade Center. I think the same architect is the one that's responsible for it. You can see it right there. I didn't go all the way to the top, but that's the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond, Virginia. So we'll continue on down here. These are
distance 7.0 miles.
stones.
Duration 53 minutes and 44 seconds.
So, and then what they're doing here is they're constructing a new, it's office parks and kind of like a lifestyle hangout area. And there'll be steps and stuff that you can hang out. There'll be shopping, etc. And off to the right back there to the back, that's where you're going to find the Richmond Amphitheater that they just recently opened. They've had a lot of major acts that have come there to perform, you know. And I think the funny thing that people try to do is they try to go there and watch the show without actually going into the theater, because the hill, everything is built on a hill. We'll see it in a minute when I come back across, head back home. But people try to get up there as much as they can and be able to try to see the show without actually having to pay for it. All right, so this is a very historic area here. Off to the left, actually this is the James River we're going on. It's over, we're one of the only cities that have class 3, class 4, I believe class 5 rapids. And so the water is not super crazy down here today. We didn't get a torrential amount of rain that fell. It was just kind of a ongoing normal amount. But if you kind of look off to the left, on when the Confederacy lost on, I think it was April 1st or April 2nd of 1865, and they retreated. They burnt a lot of the city down, and as they retreated across the bridge here, it was burnt. So you can see over there, the pylons are still there, and it's still a part of history as it sits. But I love coming down here, being a water sign and all that, and then just riding across the bridge here. And I'll stop down here real quick, let you guys see real fast. I love coming down here, and when the water is really high, man, it's just crazy down here. It's very tame right now. So which allows me to suspect we haven't had a lot of rain lately. We typically have about 30 to 33% of our days are rain. So it's roughly about one every 3 days or so. We get some rain that comes down. And our heaviest rain comes down in the summer. We get a lot of the moisture that comes up, tropical stuff, remnants of hurricanes that come through, all that. And they dump a lot of water on the region, and it all flows down here through the James River. So I love coming down here during the summertime and riding through here and seeing what the rain has done. And like I said, this is one of the incredible features of living out here.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
In RVA, is being able to experience stuff like this. Good morning. And what I'm going to do is, up here is a lookout point. And so I'm going to ride my bike up there and turn around and come back across the bridge. Then I'm going to head to the left past the amphitheater and then hit the other island on the other side. It's really cool. But I'm just going to let this play through here. And this is one of the things I love here, is riding through these canopies. So it's a nice reward and a treat during the summertime when it's kind of hot to be able to walk through here. It's always nice and cool. Good morning. And a lot of people will take a shortcut through here and hit these steps and head on up to the trail. But we're gonna go ahead and ride down this way here. And the other thing I love doing is the railroad tracks run through this side over here, and a lot of times in the morning, they will be over here assembling trains. So the guys is backing up, going forward, going backwards, going forward, going backwards, adding links to the train. You can see down there, they don't have a lot going on. They just have a few tankers. Let's see, you can see there real quick. Not a lot down there going on. So we've got a few cars here parked on the track, but it's an active train lengthening and staging area for sure.
Slide left.
Okay, so here we are. This is the lookout, and it's magnificent. So it's a great way to get a great perspective of the city. You got to ride.
Take the pedestrian overpass.
I'll show you guys real quick what's going on. There's another
distance 8.0 miles. Duration 1 hour 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
That might be why the coal train is paused down there. But you can take a look. And so this here is the foundation for the bridge that was burnt down to the ground, and it heads straight across that way there. And like I said, as the Confederacy was exiting, this is what they did. So they burnt all that down. You can look off to the side over there real quick. So give me a second. I'm gonna hit you guys back when I head back down, and we're gonna go back across the pedestrian bridge.
Sharp right.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna make if you continue that way there, it goes right across to the a business park on the other side, residential area. But I'm gonna go ahead and ride down this part here. And I'm just gonna take it easy because there's leaves on the ground. It's kind of wet. I don't wanna slip and slide. But I always hit my
Take the pedestrian overpass.
just to let people know I'm coming. You never know where they are. I try to look through the trees and stuff. But yeah, this is really cool. I really enjoy this whole ride, like I said. And the reason why my thing keeps dinging like that is because I'm off course from what I originally plotted. So here we go. And then I will go ahead and ding just to let folks know I'm coming. And the train that was here before a second ago, it's gone. So they may have gotten it completely assembled. And I'm looking through the trees to see if I spot any pedestrians, which I don't. So I don't have to hit the brake as hard coming through here. But the one thing I didn't mention is at the lookout point up there, a lot of people will jump over and they do rock climbing there. So everything is, they've got, I guess, hold points that are screwed into the foundation, and people will climb those, especially on the floor. And here we go, we're back out over the river. And like I mentioned before, if you're a lover of trains, you definitely will get your fill for that, because they come right through this area all day long. And the coal train right now is paused. But good morning. It's great to be able to catch it. And I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but a lot of people here are very friendly as well. It's the South, and it's fairly easy for people to at least say hi and wave or what's up. So that's what I do also as well. But there is the coal train in front of us. Like I said, we're making it back across the James River. Okay, final shot for you train lovers. Look up above. CSX, coal cars. morning. And let me hit my bell real quick. We're gonna go to the left. And right in front of us
turn left onto Tredegar Street.
If you love history and museums, this is the Civil War museum here. So we have not been to it yet, but we will at some point in the future. And there's a lot of history down here in Richmond, Virginia. I'll just ride up here real quick so you can take a look. That's the Civil War Museum right there. Extremely large. Okay, we're still on our way here. I'll be back in a second. All right, so we're gonna go up on that wavy bridge up there. This is down by Dominion Energy. We're headed over to Belle Island. I'm always thankful for Dominion.
Turn left.
Their electricity is so cheap. We just leave our AC on all day long. It has a range that it works from, and it comes on once it gets over like 60, 77, 76, 75, where we have it set at degrees, and it just runs all day whenever it wants to run. And our electricity bill runs like $150 a month. Crazy. All right, so this part here, this is a suspension bridge, pedestrian, and I love riding up and down this. I call it a roller coaster. So to the left is the pedestrian bridge we walked across, and like I said, I like to call this the roller coaster. Cruise down, then pedal to get back up to the top, and then cruise down and do it all over again. So, but for sure, for us to get as much rain as we did yesterday, non-stop steady, and have the river almost be unaffected, though I haven't been down here in a few weeks, we haven't had a lot of rain, but the water level in the river must have been really, really low for us to get back up to where we typically are. So, and there's a lot of things that happen down here that are always going on, and we'll see down here in a second. They always have youth groups and kids out here learning about the history of the area. There's a couple groups down here. Looks like they're broken up, one to the left and one to the right. Very, very cool. And so this is the last little downhill here. And actually there's 3 groups of kids. So gotta be careful. I've almost biffed it here before. There you go. Learning about the history of Belle Island.
Turn right.
I think they used to keep prisoners here. All right, so we're making a turn here onto the trail. And the beautiful thing about it is, as green as it is right now, this is as green as it is year round. The leaves now are starting to brown up because of fall. There's a lot less daylight, and the trees have an internal mechanism where they will shed. Some of them will.
In 3/4 mile, turn left.
Good morning. But I'm gonna roll up down here to the river. Like I said, I love riding through these canopies. It's really cool. So I'll be back in a second when we get down to the river. Okay, let's go down here real quick. We're gonna go down to the river. A lot of folks will come, they'll park on the other side, walk across the pedestrian bridge, and they'll bring their chairs and their little picnic basket. They will come out here and they will kick it. They will play in the water, they'll sunbathe, they'll do all their cool, fun stuff. And I'll tell you what, when the river is, right now, like I said, the river is low. But the river itself, all this stuff here will be completely covered up, and the rapids are crazy. So I'm able to take my bike out here right now. I'll let you guys see. But the water will get up to the top of the banks, you know, and then I've been down here before when they're doing swift water training with the fire and rescue It's just amazing. But it's probably kind of hard to do it right now because it's probably easy to bottom boats. But this gives you an idea of what's going on down here at the river, guys. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the last little bit here of Belle Island. And this is the last part of the canopy. It's very peaceful. You can hear the sounds of nature in the south. And you don't hear the cicadas. I think they're done. These are other miscellaneous bugs and creatures that are out here making their love notes. So this will be like the final downhill here, coming up in a second. Okay, here we go. Final downhill. It's not that big, but it's cool. And like I said, I love this ride because it's a combination of city riding, trail riding,
Turn left.
A little bit of off-roading as well. Let me just hit the bell here real quick. And straight ahead, I've ridden on it before. There's it's like a BMX bike for the kiddos and for the adults alike. So if you want to try to get a nice little experience of riding and jumping, I think it's
turn left.
Maintained here by the park or by volunteers. All right, we say goodbye to Belle Island and we're headed back across the river here. Then we're gonna go by the there's a bunch of kids coming here. We're gonna go by Amphitheater and we'll keep on going. So just got to be careful through here. Here's a ton of kids, so they're trying to direct them all to the side now. I'll just take it easy through here and cruise through with my drop post. I'll just say hi to all the kids. Hi. 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 All right. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you. How you doing? Hey. Whole bunch of kids. So, and there's a whole bunch more over here. It's nice that they get the kids out for field trips so that they can experience the stuff that's going on out here. Learn about it, learn about the history. For sure. Good morning. How you doing?
How you doing, sir?
To the right. This side.
How you doing? How you doing? All right, that's how they do it. All right, guys. I'll hit you guys up when I get close to the amphitheater. Okay, here we go. This is the last climb I'm doing that's significant. Actually, I haven't done any climbs at all, but it's nice to have this one here at the end. And so I'm in the highest gear, and I'm gonna go ahead and power through this. And on the right-hand side, this is where the amphitheater is. Like I said, they have a number of different acts that have played down here. This has been a very highly anticipated addition to Richmond. And so what a lot of people will do is that they will post up outside of the park and they'll listen to the music, especially when you get up here to the top. But I'm gonna pipe down for a second so I can focus, and I'll actually roll up here so you can see. Allianz Amphitheater. So here we go. How you guys doing? All right. Oh yeah, no, ain't no thing. All right. All right, so we're just almost there. And in front of us is a war memorial. I've never been there yet, but very impressive from the outside. Almost there.
Turn right onto South 2nd Street.
So from here, I'll have some minor height climbs, but I think the amount of time I have left to ride is like 3 miles. So like I said, there's a war memorial up there on top, and I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, we're back. So here we are, we're rolling through the greater downtown area, business, shopping, and what's up, man? Restaurant district. And a lot of the buildings here are historic, but they're also, you know, building and expanding on existing ones. So do you guys notice anything? Growing up, not so much growing up, but living in California all my life, and this is the capital city. If you take a look around, the streets are clean and free of trash. Amazing. I think I saw maybe possibly one homeless person that was on this route, and he was under one of the underpasses over by the locks. You don't see that type of stuff here in Richmond. And Richmond really takes care of itself and its own. I've seen even people just randomly out on their own, they'll head out and just grab a bag and they'll go for a walk and they'll pick up what little trash they may run into. So people here have a lot of pride about living here in this historic city, and there's a culture of maintenance. You know, so you can always build a wonderful infrastructure, but if you don't do the basic stuff to maintain it, it's going to crumble, and then everything else around it will crumble also as well. But as you can see, we've been riding here for a little bit, and I don't think you guys have seen any trash on the road at all. So as I continue here to ride along, so I just wanted to just point that out real quick. That's one of the things that I love about being here. And I know my sister, but my daughter, I asked her, I said, hey, when we were driving one day in the car, I said, what do you think of Richmond? She says, that's cool. She says, I think I saw all 3 of your homeless people. I'm like, say that again? She said, I think I have seen all 3 of your homeless people. So she is a California native, born and raised. And, you know, she's even able to see the difference. So it is possible for areas to solve that problem. You just have to take the resources that you have and apply them towards programs that will actually do good. So I'm not trying to judge one way or another what people decide that they want to do. But I know our tax rate out here in Virginia, I think it tops out at like 5.75%. So, and you look at areas like California or New York that might be 13, 14%, plus not even including the city side of the tax. Let me see if I can get across the street here real quick. It ends up being pretty significant, and you kind of always wonder, where does the money go? So, and I know the state here is under Republican rule. I think we didn't go past it at all. Actually, we're kind of close at one point, But the governor's mansion is not too far from here. And this area is Republican ran. So I'm not saying one way or another, good or bad, just pointing out a couple things here real quick. So actually, let me continue down this way, and I'll be back with you guys here in a second. This is where I want it to be. And just real quick, this is, oh, there you go. There's a cup on the ground. There's one over there also too. So, but we're down here in the VCU district. I'm not sure what it's called down here formally, but the campus for VCU is humongous. It's open campus, and it spreads out all over the city. They've got a lot of different satellite buildings and locations. So, but some of the main campuses down here and along West Broad, down that way, a lot of people live in the housing down here as well. So just want to show you guys this real quick. You can see all the VCU stuff as we go. And I didn't mention, but we have down by where we are,
in a quarter mile, turn right.
Sports village that's 40 acres, and I'll throw it in, and a mule. And it's pretty significant. They're going to have a lot of different sports that they'll be able to accommodate down there. That's going to allow them to recruit a higher caliber of athlete also as well, because they'll have dedicated sports fields that actually belong to the campus. So this is VCU here to the right, and then down there is also more VCU stuff. I just want to show you guys here real quick. I think this is the fan district we're in. I'm not sure where it starts, but essentially there's a downtown point where it fans out towards the west. But the homes down here are outstanding and beautiful.
Distance 13.0 miles. Duration 1 hours 53 minutes and 54 seconds.
Okay, so
turn right onto North Lombardy Street.
All right, so at this point, I think I'm gonna end up being close to 15 miles when I'm done. I just hit the 13-mile mark. But back to this area here, it is fantastic and absolutely beautiful. The homes that they have here, they're incredible. And I'll just ride through here, let you guys see this.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
When we get to the other side, I'll make a turn. We'll end up on Monument Boulevard, I think is what it's called. I don't think it's Monument Street or Lane. But this is where they had a lot of the Confederate monuments that were taken down right after the George Floyd incidents, where he was slow killed in front of many folks as they watched the video. So there's quite a bit of controversy around this individual area here, but I'll go ahead and turn down here and show you guys. All right, here we go. We're headed down, it's Monument Avenue. I just saw the sign. The homes here in the neighborhood is spectacular. So they got the cobblestone streets, and they say a lot of these cobblestones came from overseas in the Europe area, and they were initially used to weigh down the ships so they can come over here and pick up cargo and take it back over to Europe. So they use a lot of these cobblestones out here on the streets. But you can see as we ride through here how wonderful and beautiful the area is for sure. So, and there's always somebody doing some construction or expansion on these historic homes. Many of them are 150 to 200 plus years old. So they do require quite a bit of work and TLC to get them to the point where people can easily live in them. So I just want to show you guys real quick. I'm gonna make a right and should be headed close to home. All right, here we go. We are over here. CarMax, I don't know if you guys know it, but they're headquartered here in Richmond, Virginia. They're off here to the left. Their funny thing is they're right next to the DMV, so they probably have a whatever those things, an ISDN line running directly from them over to the DMV so they can handle their registration stuff. But this is Whole Foods. This is where we shop at. This is where we leave our paycheck, so to speak, whole paycheck. And I typically just do Amazon, and they have a warehouse not too far down the street, a couple miles, where I go pick up my order so I don't have to pay the service fee or leave a tip for the driver. So I'll go ahead and do that. And this is, you're in a great area when you have a Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or both. So this is our grocery store that we come to, and I'm on the last little leg here. And I think this is a factory where they make that kernel seasoning. You can smell it right now if you were here, but it's to the right. That's the season that they make where you can put it on popcorn. So I'm gonna cruise on down this way, and we'll be home here in a second. Okay, this is the last little push here. So we just left the Whole Foods area. And then a lot of these here are historic buildings that used to be abandoned, and they've converted them into lofts and housing. And so we're getting down into the Diamond District. So straight ahead down there where you can see all the pylons and stuff and signs all the way down at the end where the road kind of changes. That's where the Diamond District is. This is part of the Diamond District. But
turn right onto Onby Lane.
That's where the new stadium is being built. And so right here to the right, this is a whole brand new development that's coming in. This is all apartments that are being built. And so I'll tell you, this is the crazy thing I've noticed. And so this whole area down here will not be the same in 5 to 10 years. It'll be completely
in a quarter mile, and
so one thing I've noticed is I've been watching this, and I think they're going to put like 300 something apartments in this complex. I'm not sure what the amenities are, but around here, in order for an apartment complex to compete, they have to have a full series of amenities. They're going to have a pool, they're going to have a wait area, they're going to have rooftop things. So I'm assuming they're doing that here also as well. I haven't looked at the plans and I haven't seen the sign. I've got somewhere the information on what it's called, but I just haven't looked it up at all. But that's going up. They've got, and the one thing that's really popular about this area is that, and more so over in Scott's Addition, but they have them over here. There's a lot of breweries that they have set up. There's Hardywood across the street from us. And down here to the right, there's also another brewery, distillery type thing where people go hang out. They have a lot of different events that take place. So it's called Mainline Brewery, RVA. And and like I said earlier when I showed you guys where I first started, it's on the other side of this complex area here. So, and at the end of the street, if you're able to walk over the building, on the other side is where they're going to be building. And they're going to actually, they're building 180 apartment homes. They're going to look just like these. So identical. I've already seen the plans for them and what they look like. But this is exactly what they're going to look like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this ride. Like I said, I think I'm close to 15 miles. I'll come back on in a second let you guys know for sure what I actually rode. But it'd be booming over here at Hardywood on the weekends, and free concerts and all that kind of stuff. Also paid concerts as well. I think the
Route complete.
the Richmond Symphony is going to be over here, I think, in 2 weeks. So give me a second, I'll come back with the final statistics on the ride. Okay, so I just checked. The total route was 14 and a half miles, and we climbed about 600 feet in total. So that was a great ride. It took me an hour and 47 minutes, which is really long because I don't typically record. So that's why we got a little bit extended ride there, almost 2 hours. But I think normally it would probably take about an hour and 20 minutes to do it if I'm just booking it at normal speed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little loop. This is my new ride I'm going to be doing in the mornings now out here in Richmond. So it's going to take me back over to my old neighborhood where we lived at in Churchill. I'll be able to do the downhills right along the Capitol Trail, hit the pedestrian bridge, go out to Belle Island and Brown, and then climb the hill for the memorial, ride through the Fan District and VCU District, and then make it back over here to the Diamond. All right, guys.